this one is about sports games. Like mainly games like 2K and Madden. These games are the same shit pretty much every year. And I understand why. Because it's a sports game, right? Sports don't really change over time. Football and basketball haven't really changed. But the thing with the games is that the experience doesn't really seem to get any better. Right? Like, I'm not a huge Madden fan. But my friends always had Madden. I'm not gonna say like they always had the newest game, but they always had Madden. They typically would get like the newest game. And I never understand it. Because these niggas, like, these dudes play football. And I'm like, why are you playing Madden, bro? Like, we could go outside and play football. You know, I don't want to necessarily play football, but you can go outside and play football. It's real, to me, it was never really any difference between, like, this team and another team. It was just, it was basically just numbers in the game as far as I'm concerned. It's like, okay, well, you know, teams have different stats. Okay, I get that. It's like, this team is generally, it's programmed in the game to be better than this other team. That's somewhat realistic, but I'm like, it's still, as far as I'm concerned, it's just numbers. And one team's overall is like 94, and another team's overall is like fucking, 67 or some shit. I'm like, realistically, 94 probably gonna win. But I'm like, at the same time, it's a game, so, I mean, 67 could win, maybe. If 94 is playing like garbage. I never understood it. You basically just playing with numbers. That's all that shit really is. It's computers. It's computer numbers as far as I'm concerned. A game like 2K, I never understood the appeal of a game like 2K. Like, you playing basketball, dude. Like, you can go outside and play basketball. It's like, okay, the only sports game that I really would give a pass is either something like Gran Turismo or FIFA. And I give FIFA a pass because, one, like, there's no possible way that, unless you live in a certain community and you know, like, a certain amount of people, there ain't no goddamn way you could get this many people to play soccer with you. Football, whatever you want to call it. Soccer, football, same shit. There's no way you could find that many people under most circumstances. Depending on where you live, you couldn't do it. If you live, like, in a hood or an urban area, like, you can find people to play football with. You can find motherfuckers to play basketball with. And I'm like, these were games when I was growing up. We were kids when these games were coming out. Now, if you're an adult, it's like, I can understand, it's probably harder to find motherfuckers your age to go outside and play certain shit with. But I'm like, as a kid, no. Fuck no. Back in the 90s and shit, early 2000s, there was plenty of kids outside. Get some neighborhood kids. Fucking go play football. Go play basketball. Go to your local rec center or the park or some shit. I'm like, there's plenty of motherfuckers playing football or basketball. I even consider something like baseball. I'll give that a pass. I'm like, baseball is more dangerous than some of this shit is, so I'm gonna give this a pass. You shit like hockey, okay, I'll give that a pass. It's a lot of more equipment in baseball and fucking hockey than there is in basketball or football. You don't have to play football with pads. Probably not a smart idea unless you're playing like touch or something, but you don't have to play football with pads. You definitely don't need pads to play basketball. Because I never understand it. I'm like, these games, Madden, 2K, like, the graphics are not great. Like, I used to play fucking wrestling games, and I'm like, I stopped playing them because the graphics some shit, man. You look at some of these games out here, but fucking super hyper realistic graphics, and you compare it to, like, the wrestling games, I'm like, oh no, man. I wouldn't be buying these games anymore. Like, the technology is clearly out here for, people to do better with these wrestling games. Or fucking Madden, or 2K. The technology's out here. It's one football game called Backbreaker, which has better graphics than any Madden game I've ever seen. Way better graphics. Didn't do as good because it's not a brand name like Madden. But I mean, to me, it looks better. I'm not gonna say it's necessarily a better experience, but I'm like, at least the shit looked better. But you out here saying Madden got fucking the graphics better this year. I'm like, nigga, no, they're not. The graphics has been shit for a long time, and it's not gonna get better. Maybe it's just one of the things I'm never going to understand. I'll never understand the appeal of sports games, really, especially when the game is the same shit every year. I'll never get it. I will never understand the appeal. I'm not saying, I kind of am saying they're bad. I'm not even going to deny it, you know. It's like, it's really nothing innovative about them. Just go outside and play fucking basketball or football. Go outside, motherfucker. Like, it's as simple as that. Just go outside and do this shit. And that's it for me. That's my critique. I'm out.